almost as if the self-help videos today are overpacked with value. There's so much value in them that you get exhausted, like first you get like some complete story of how someone went from broke to riches. Then after that you get 20 nice tips to do each morning, followed by 100 to-dos in your lifetime, followed by 200 precepts for how to be a high quality human being. It's crazy. There's too much value, and you're just sitting there thinking like, I'm not gonna be able to learn all of this. I miss the good old days from TED Talks. With TED Talks, it was like you have 18 minutes and you only have to say one thing, just one thing. Because we came from an era where everyone was trying to say a lot of things in a very short amount of time. They had a lot of ideas to share in a limited time. But now the TED Talk guys were like, okay, one thing, just make one point, but make it well. And you have as much time as you need, 18 minutes, And you had all these people who came from all these fields where you usually don't get to understand anything unless you've spent years and years and years in trying to do so. And there's a lot of lingo barriers. And now these professors, neuroscientists, rocket scientists, they manage to convey one point in 18 minutes. And the public can actually understand these things and take these things and apply them to their lives. And it's great. And it's addictive. And then people started wanting more and more and more, because now you're like, okay, wow, I just extrapolated this amazing piece of value from this person's whole life journey. And I can do it again and again and again. And I can do it 20 times a day. And then the need came for, okay, just give me all the value in 18 minutes, not just one piece of value. So it feels like it's going a little bit back and forth. When you want to keep people's attention, you get an idea of how much value they're expecting, because if you overpack them with value, you quite literally feel how their brain cannot keep up. You feel how like it's, okay, I like this, I like hearing this, I'm still listening, but you also feel that you are exhausting them a little bit. When you have too little value, obviously people tune out, because why would I spend my valuable minutes listening to someone who explains something in 20 minutes when I can listen to someone who will explain the exact same thing in a 30-second reel, right? So if you can explain it in 30 seconds, why would you explain it in 20? It does not make sense. Now we also have this trend that it's better to repeat yourself than to teach other people. Because it's become so saturated, this whole self-help, self-development sphere, that like everyone knows what to do, right? Okay, if you have a dream, okay, what to do? You write down the steps of achieving this dream, right? And then you complete the steps. That's it. What was that, like a haiku poem? Less than 17 words? That's it, right? That's it. So there's nothing else to look at. And then there's like some things that we know work. We know visualization work. We also know that we have to take action when we do the visual. It's almost becoming noise at this point, all these things, right? So the idea is not to, make videos where you explain these things. The idea is to figure out a new way to say the things that everyone already knows. To do so, you have to connect with your authentic self. And your authentic self does not regurgitate. Your authentic self does not repeat other people's nice quote. Your authentic self will look at the highest wisdom out there, the most beautiful poem, the most beautiful quote about life. And your authentic self will look at that and say, it doesn't sit with me quite right. I would change this word, or I would not put it that way. I would put it in this way. Now you put it in your way. Now people are tuning in, they're listening, they're leaning in, because now you're saying something that they've never heard before, but you are affirming something that they already knew to be true, which gives an immense amount of comfort. Comfort is very, very important when you're talking to people. These spiritual concepts that I talk about, I always make sure to talk in a language that every single 5-year-old would be able to understand. Right? I never go and use metaphors and try to make it too whimsical, or there's a lot of things that I don't talk about, because I believe that if you can't explain it in very, very simple terms, it's not worth even trying to explain. Because fundamentally you don't understand it. And that's very bad. It's very bad if you're explaining something that you don't understand fully. That's very, very bad, because you are essentially lying. You're lying to yourself and to the other person. And the more you keep talking, the more you have to keep the lie up. The more you have to pretend like you know where this is going, and pretend like you know what you're talking about. Again, becoming your authentic self solves this problem too. Because your authentic self hates lying. Your authentic self hates inauthenticity, right? So like attracts like. Authentic people attract authentic people. So by you becoming authentic, you attract not only authentic people, but also authentic thought patterns, authentic beliefs, authentic life views, authentic jobs, authentic careers, authentic partners. The relationship between you and all these external things is also going to be authentic. That's what you really want. That's what life is sort of trying to push you towards, or trying to make you realize that authenticity is the way to go. It's taking away all the headache and all the burden from always having to realign yourself with your life purpose, to figure out what you like, or who you like, or how you're going to get the things that you like. And just become authentic. Just align yourself with your authentic nature, and all these things are going to be attracted to you. There is something inside of you that is both authentic and also understands how this world operates. Yeah, so it's not just this blind awareness that is just, no, who you really are wants to create. It wants to explore. It wants to grow. It wants to share good times with other people. It wants to fulfill your desires. It wants to make this world a better place. It has all these wants and all these dreams and all these desires. And all you have to do is just align yourself with that. And now you are that which naturally acts on all these desires and dreams. And so you see, this video right now, I'm just repeating to you right now the power of authenticity. I'm not teaching you when to wake up. I'm not telling you that you should go and you should fight for your dreams or embrace failure. And become authentic and you will know exactly what's up.